Hi Hester, how are you doing?
Hey
Hey,
Vic,
Beck,
how are
how
you?
are you? Great, thank you. I've been really looking forward to chatting to you because I
Me
just
too.
absolutely love your brand.
Oh, thank you. You too as well. This is
Oh, thank you very much. So today we're chatting with the wonderful Hester, who's the founder of Breast Dressed. And Breast Dressed is a pregnancy and maternity line of clothing that's sustainable and fashion forward and really cool and just looks fabulous.
Ah, thanks.
So I thought it'd be really good if you can start by like telling us a little bit about more about you and your background.
Sure. So, hi, I'm Hester. I'm 32 and I currently live in London. So, I'm originally from Leicester, and I'm a designer. So, I've been in the industry as a designer for 10 plus years. I did fashion design at uni, and then I lived in Hong Kong for 6 years. Doing design, so that was obviously amazing. Learning loads of different things about the industry, and traveling all over to different factories and stuff. And then we moved back to London 3.5 years ago. And time has just, yeah, time's just flown actually. I can't believe I've been back here 3.5 years. And yeah, that's pretty much me.
Amazing. What's Hong Kong like as a place to live?
Oh, amazing. Just
Mhm.
like party central. It's definitely a work hard, play hard kind of place.
Wow, amazing. It's not somewhere I've been, but somewhere I'd love definitely to go.
Yeah,
Uh, I think, yeah, working abroad just it does widen your perspective. Like I worked in Chicago for a couple of years after I graduated uni. It was just incredible just to, yeah, just live a little differently for a while, just explore
yeah.
so much more.
It feels like you're in just a completely different world, and the people you meet, and yeah, really, really fun experience.
Amazing. And I bet a lot of the stuff that you learned while working in Hong Kong has probably informed your brands just now, has it?
Yeah, definitely. I think just seeing a lot of what I've seen in various factories and stuff, I think that's one of the reasons I wanted to, focus on making it in the UK and
Mm.
supporting sort of businesses back here, and being a bit closer to home, and being in a bit more of control of sort of what's going on.
Amazing. Well, before we get on to all that, I guess it'd be really good to hear more about how the Breast Dress brand came around.
All right. So I think I've kind of always felt like I wanted to have my own sort of company, like at some stage during my life. And I think that last year I was kind of just like, it's now or never. Like I'm settled in London, we're in our flats, I've got nothing, like no one depending on me. So yeah, it was a kind of now or never moment. So I went down to part time in January and just thought I'd give it a go. Um, and then the whole maternity thing. I mean, I'm not a mum myself, but all my friends kind of started having children, and just kept hearing people say that there just wasn't really much choice out there for maternity clothes. So I was like, that can't be true. Come on. So then, yeah, I started doing my research, and I was like, actually, there really isn't that much choice out there. That if you want something a bit more like unique or special, or like just a bit more sort of cooler, I guess. Um, yeah, I just felt like it was a lot of striped jersey dresses.
It is, yeah, it's hard because I think a lot of people don't want to or choose not to invest in maternity wear because you're not really going to keep wearing it.
Yeah,
Um, and you get stuck wearing the same outfit for like, 3 or 4 months. It's pretty brutal sometimes.
yeah. And then my friends obviously then like embarked on the breastfeeding journey, and then that was like
Mm.
a whole another thing of finding clothes that were suitable to breastfeeding. Um, Especially, I think they were struggling like during the summer, like finding something that was cool enough to wear, but you could like have like easy access. So I've got an interest in sustainability, and I wanted my clothes to have longevity and versatility. So, as a designer, I wanted to look at kind of solving that issue for them. So yeah, so I've tried to design a collection that's, suitable for all stages of maternity, and then has the breastfeeding access. And then I've tried to make it subtle enough that you can then still wear your the outfits long after pregnancy as well.
That's incredible. I know a lot of the like gingham style dresses and stuff like that that you had
Yeah,
on your Instagram looked incredible, and I would definitely have worn them, even though I'm
yeah,
not breastfeeding at all. I think people are really drawn to the designs and the materials and the fabrics that you're using in your brand.
yeah. I hope so.
What kind of stuff do you do then to ensure that it's breastfeeding friendly, the clothes that you design?
So they've all got seams basically that run down here, and it's a placket with press studs. So it's just really easy to just pop open and pop closed again. And then because it's sort of in a placket, they're hidden. So it's quite yeah, quite subtle. And then I've also got a jumpsuit that's got buttons on each shoulder, and then they just like fold down like a bib.
Right. Okay. Brilliant. I think yeah, jumpsuits are a total staple, aren't they? If you can have like a really cool, good jumpsuit that you can layer or wear however you want, and you're totally rocking it.
Yeah, definitely. Love a jumpsuit.
Amazing. And where do you get your design inspiration from?
Um, hmm. Just sort of just market research really, like all the shapes and things are just shapes that I love anyway. Like I love that sort of whole minimal
Mm.
kind of Scandinavian vibe that you'd get in like cos, or you know, quite just easy shapes. And then the function of it, I was just loads of market research, like looking at sort of Seraphine and um, you know, Jojo Mama and Baby, and just I'm trying to see different ways that I could do it. I hadn't actually seen the placket with the poppers, but I don't understand why. Why? I mean, maybe it is out there somewhere, but I hadn't seen it. So I just, yeah, just started experimenting and asking people to try and see if it was workable, and yeah, kind of just made sense.
Amazing. And you launched just at the start of lockdown, is that right?
Oh, I did, yes. It's been crazy.
I know, what a time to launch. But it looks like you're having a lot of success. How are things going?
Yeah, do you know what? I think it's actually kind obviously, aside from it being an awful situation that we're going through, it's actually kind of been a blessing in disguise. So I was due to launch in April anyway, but then that obviously got put on hold because I was supposed to be working with a factory who obviously had to close down
Mm.
in March. So then it was a case of finding another team to work with. So I spent a lot of time on People Per Hour, talking to various freelancers like seamstresses, pattern cutters. But then obviously, because we were in lockdown, I couldn't see them, and so yeah, it was a bit of a long process, but it's actually been great. I've got, you know, I've met some really great people who are just amazing at what they do, and it's kind of meant that I can be a lot more flexible in how I'm working. Um, and it's been really nice actually. And I was also put on furlough from my other job, so it obviously that meant I had full time to just work
Mm.
on breast rest. So actually, I think if it wasn't for COVID, I think I would have actually struggled to launch this summer.
That's incredible. Um,
Yeah.
and because you had to change your business model in terms of not working with a factory and working with seamstresses from their own home, is that something you're going to continue to do?
I think so. Because obviously, I was trying to find a factory with really low MOQs, because I don't want to
Mm.
be sort of placing orders for and sitting on loads of stock, and I just feel like it's not really a very sustainable way of working. But since meeting my seamstress, and you know, she's amazing. Like it's only a 2 to 3 week turnaround for a made to order piece. So yeah.
Mm.
So I mean, so far it's going well. So I'd like to kind of keep up that side of things, I think.
That's amazing, and it's just such a nice brand story as well to be able to like show your supply chain, isn't it?
Yeah,
You, you can actually show the face of the person that's making your clothes, which is just incredible.
yeah, no, yes, I think it's really nice to see who's sort of behind the scenes. Um, yeah, I think especially at the moment when like just transparency and branding is just so important.
100%, completely agree. Um,
Yeah,
and you are really focused on sustainability, is that right?
yeah, yeah.
So
I
how are you
think
trying to bring that into your brand?
So I think obviously the last sort of couple of years, obviously the fashion industry has just had a really, you know, there's just been a lot of bad press for the fashion industry in general. Um, So yeah, my sort of thought on the sustainability is obviously starting with my fabrics and my trims. So I'm sourcing everything from UK businesses, and up until now, everything I've sourced has been dead stock. So it's like surplus fabric from various brands and stuff that they obviously don't need anymore. So then companies get them and sell them on. So yes, so that's why kind of also once one color is gone, it's gone. I can't repeat and get that same fabric again. But that kind of keeps it exciting as well. Like I love sourcing fabric. And same on the trims, like all my trims are again dead stock, and my buttons are either made from vegetable pulp or recycled cotton. So yeah, so product wise, that's sort of how I'm going down the sustainability route. And then manufacturing wise, like I said, it's all made to order. It's made ethically in the UK with a seamstress who, she's a businesswoman in her own right. She's amazing, and she works from her own studio at her house. And then also, I guess it kind of helps on the carbon footprint as well, because I'm not, shipping loads of things from overseas. And yeah, so there's a few different aspects to try and make it sustainable.
That's incredible. I didn't realize your fabric was all dead stock. That's a brilliant idea. That's absolutely fab.
Yeah.
And
And
like,
I've actually just been working on for secondhand September. I know I'm a bit late because it's not September anymore. But I was buying sort of old denim shirts from charity shops and things, and I've been like cutting them up, and my seamstress has worked on some denim pieces, like mixing it all together. So yeah, just trying to have fun with it really and create some new exciting things.
that's so cool. And it just goes to show what you can create with, things that other people consider to be dead stock or secondhand. You really can bring new life to
Yeah,
things like that. It's amazing.
yeah. One man's trash is another man's treasure, or however the saying goes.
Are there any other like sustainable brands that you really admire?
So I've come across a couple lately that are just brands that I'm just obsessed with now. But there's one called Painter Jacket.
Me too. I'm desperate to buy one. I love them.
God, I've registered for their batch number 5, the wool
Yeah,
one,
me
and
too. The
oh my
wool one,
God,
yeah.
I just I just
Yeah,
want to be friends with them. Like,
yeah, they're
yeah,
incredible.
they're just so cool. So yeah, well, as you already know, they only launch a couple of batches a year, and the idea is that people pre-order them so that they're only making exactly what needs to be made.
Yeah.
And then yeah, just the whole process. Like yesterday I received an email from them, which was a sort of newsletter showing me how like the wool fabric's being made, and they were just surrounded by like piles of wool. And yeah, just a really lovely brand.
Yeah, I think that brand is an amazing example of sustainability and how you can, use it to your advantage almost as a company, that limited
Yeah,
edition feel. People really want to be part of it, and bringing people on the journey with you is just incredible.
definitely makes you feel special. It's really, yeah, really cool. And then there's another one I've come across lately called Gung Ho, who
Okay.
I saw she had a Kickstarter campaign, and her stuff's really, she does all these really beautiful prints and embroideries, but they all sort of have a message behind them. So her latest collection is all about climate change. um and yeah, you order something and it comes with like a little booklet, and it's like a story of why that. So I've got a jumper with like a tiger on, and it's about these tigers who, because of the rising sea levels, are having to leave their home. And yeah, just really cool, like awareness, like creating awareness of stuff. So yeah, really cool.
It's proper purposeful clothing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's
Yeah,
so nice how kind of fashion is going in that direction. So, like, speaking to Moon Mama Vintage last week was really good as well, because obviously she's talking about sustainability and vintage
yeah,
clothing, and it just seems like there's something in the air, like things have really shifted now. Maybe lockdowns contributed to that, less access to shops anyway, to fast
yeah,
fashion brands, but people are being more considerate as to what they're buying.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Which is, yeah, definitely a step in the right direction.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. And what do you love most then about Breast Dressed, about the brand, about being your own boss, about designing?
So like the designing and product development aspect for me has always been like, well, it's the part that I know in and out, so I really enjoy that. And then yeah, being your own boss is great. Like, if you want an extra hour in bed, you can. It's fine. And it's just really satisfying being in control of your own time, and having your little to-do list, and you're like, right, doing this, doing that, and then connecting with people. And it's it's kind of been there's been a lot of times when I've been very much out of my comfort zone. But it's been such a great learning curve, and I feel like I've met so many amazing people, and I just feel part of this little community now,
Yeah.
like of mums and of like business women. And yeah, it's the whole thing has just been really great.
Yeah. It's amazing to see it grow from like zero to where you're at today, isn't it? Such a sense of achievement.
Yeah, I think sometimes I don't know, it's hard to actually think about it. And then because you're just in it, it just kind of feels normal. And then when you take a step back and you're like, oh, actually, like this didn't even exist a few months ago. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. You should definitely take steps back as often as you can and give yourself a pat on the back for what you're achieving, for sure. Um,
Definitely.
and what's next in the products line then? Have you got any autumn winter stuff? Are you going seasonal? I know seasonal's not really a thing that fashion brands are edging towards anymore. Like, what's next for
Yeah.
Best Dressed?
So I'm trying not to go seasonal. So I'm basically working on keeping a couple of the same styles I already have, but just doing them in different fabrics. So I'm just experimenting now with some denim, and trying to source some like corduroy. And I'm still going to have the linen, but it's going to be in darker colors. So I've got a black and a navy. Um, but again, because I'm trying to source dead stock, it's kind of a case of what I can find.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, so I need to do a bit of a autumn winter photo shoot, I think, just so people can see how it can be worn, layered up with polo necks underneath, or like chunky boots. And yeah, it can. I think it can definitely be versatile and worn in the winter. So I just need to work on showing that, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I think, yeah. That was a classic piece, so it can definitely be mixed up with a leather jacket or however you want to wear it for sure.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
what about Christmas then? If there's any lovely mums that are watching this that want to get their orders in for Christmas, is there
yeah.
like a lead time on your products? Do you need to order by a certain day?
I feel like I've not. So our turnaround time is 2 to 3 weeks. So if you did want something like for Christmas, I guess you just need to order sort of early December. And the other thing as well, obviously, I have on my website the inventory, but I don't all. If your size or preferred color isn't showing as online, just send me a message, because quite often I can be flexible and change things around. Um,
Ah, okay, great.
so, yeah.
That's amazing. Fabulous. And what are your plans for the future then with Breast Dressed? What are your hopes for the next couple of years?
Oof. Um. Whew. I don't know. Obviously I would love to go full time on it.
Mhm.
So it's just a case at the minute. I feel like it's a bit of a juggling act. And then yeah, I just want to keep raising awareness, and you know, keep helping mums feel great again and feel like themselves and
Yeah.
comfortable yet functional. Yeah. So yeah.
I think you're doing a great job of that because that's definitely one thing when you become a mum, you do lose yourself. And fashion's something that you lean on is something that you used to use for your own identity. So being able to,
Yeah.
find clothes that kind of represent how you see yourself is really, really important. I think more important than a lot of people
Yeah.
would realize for
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah, I'm definitely learning that the more and more people I speak to.
for sure. And then I guess just to finish up then, how did you come up with the name? It's such a good name.
It's a bit of a tongue twister. It was actually my friend who I was working in a co-working space, and we were desk buddies. And yeah, she's like the queen of puns. She's I don't know if you follow her on Instagram. She's called Care It Out Sleep Consultant. So she's a baby sleep expert. And yeah, she just loves a pun. And she was like, "What about breast rest?" And I was like, "Yeah, done."
It's
coming
brilliant.
up with a name is so hard.
Pardon?
Coming up with a name is just so hard.
Yeah, it is definitely a bit of a challenge, isn't it? I don't know whose name is more of a tongue teaser, Boob Bling or breast rest.
Yeah, that's true. I love Boob Bling though. It's so good. I love your branding. So fun.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I feel like we almost like need to say each name like continuously for like 10 seconds and see who manages it, you know, like Boob Bling, Boob Bling, Boob Bling, Boob Bling.
Breast. It's so hard.
It's a proper challenge.
Especially because but like Hester from Breast. It's just like, oh, there's too many S's and T's.
Oh yeah, Hester, best dressed, yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm from Leicester as well, so it's like,
oh god, Hester from Leicester, best dressed. Right, you win then. You win this title. I don't want it. Amazing. Well, Hester, thank you so much for chatting to us about breast rest and for telling us more about the brand. Just love the style, the design, the sustainability, and the impact is just great that you're having. So, just wait to see where it goes next. Really.
Yeah, exciting. Well, thank you very
Brilliant.
much for having me.
No
I feel like we
problem.
need to do an interview the other time.
Yeah, can do that anytime. You just let me know.
Fab. Sounds good.
Right, I will catch you later then. Thank you so much.
No worries. Have a great weekend.
Bye, Hester.
See ya. Bye.